Hi everybody, it's Joe here again from dataanalyticssociety.com. Just wanted to show you a quick tutorial in Python. And the basis of this is when you're loading data in, is to check for files and see if the files are empty. So on the screen in front of me you'll see a function, and I've defined three files: data1, data2, data3. I've imported OS and sys, and they are required as part of this process to check certain aspects of what's been imported. So I'm going to first of all show you over here on the left. Essentially, this is the input of this process. So there's two things are happening. It's basically checking for the files exist, which is check number one here, and then the second is checking to see if they're empty. Based on if they exist or empty, it will give up these messages here in the print statements. Okay. So the files are stored, just to let you know, in the same folder as the actual Python file. If they weren't stored in the same folder, you then have to define the folder where the files are stored specifically. But because they're stored in the same folder, this will automatically go to that folder and look for those files. So I'll just quickly show you the files. They just got numeric information in them. And data2, same again. Data3, same again. Okay, so if we bring these two files back up, so when we run this, okay, I'm just going to hit F5 here. It passes because we know the three files exist, these three files here, data1, data2, data3, and we just open them up there, and the three files have contents in them. Now, let's just say we rename this data11. Okay, so what you want to do is just go back in here again. Going to hit F5. Okay, so essentially what it's doing is it's basically checking, and it's saying that all the files, there's files there, but they don't all exist. So we know that data2 and data3 exist because they're documented there, but data1 doesn't exist. The reason it doesn't exist is because we've renamed it to data11.txt. So essentially that's the check there it's checking for. Another thing we check for is, we'll do it here very quickly, is if we remove some of this data and save it. Okay, and let's go back in here, and if we rerun this, okay, so it's on the first check and it's basically saying the files don't exist, so it stopped that point. But let's just rename this now back to data1. Okay, so we know we have all the correct files, we have all the correct correct names on them. Okay, so if we rerun this now, so it's basically the error message saying files are not empty. Okay, so that's basically doing the control checks there for you. So essentially that's the tutorial there. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know.